Valguero date set in stone, and an actual unique bonus for the Lost Colony pack holders. Or is this just another reskinned ripoff? So the Ark Crunch just dropped, and Wildcard have stated the release date, well, the apparent release date for the remastered Valguero map on Ark Valguero Ascended. And in my opinion, the best map, which we should hope to see September 30th. If we were being realistic, let's just say maybe October 10th or October 12th, just to be safe. With this announcement, we were also given the artwork for the new fantastic Tame, the Elderclaw. Welcome to another edition of the Community Crunch. We're riding big waves and even bigger news. From sun-soaked shores to the deep blue sea, adventure awaits. Dive in for your first look at the next creature joining the Ark Fantastic Tame series, the Elderclaw. So in this, they're both telling us that we're going to be getting the new Elderclaw as a fantastic Tame and the Helicorprion. Although the Helicorprion is actually going to be like across the game, not just based onto one map. Something ancient stirs deep within the lush force of Valguero, an ancient power of oak and vine. Meet the Elderclaw, a breathtaking new companion that's less like an animal and more like the living soul of the wild. Draped in blossoms and adorned with protective vines, this mythical guardian blends the strength of an apex predator with the serenity of nature itself. Though it is not prone to anger, crossing the Elderclaw's path with ill intent can awake its wrath. And the forest answers to its call. Rumors speak of twisting roots, protective vines, and strange totems which turn the tide of battle, sapping the will of enemies while bolstering allies. Taming one won't be as simple as tossing a few berries its way. Survivors whisper about rare seedlings and cubs that must be nurtured to maturity, earning the trust of a being that embodies the land it roams. Those who succeed will find themselves gaining a steadfast warden, capable of shielding its allies and drawing power straight from the earth. The Elderclaw will arrive alongside Valguero Ascended and is included with the Lost Colony expansion pass, meaning all the pass holders can set out to tame the supernatural forest guardian from day one. It will also be offered as a standalone fantastic tame purchase at a later date. The Elderclaw is coming, and with it, the forest breeds anew. So from what they're saying, it doesn't look like we can tame a fully grown Elderclaw. It looks like we're gonna have to get the babies, and I think there's going to be a new kind of raising food involved. As they did say, survivors whisper about a rare seedling. So I guess these seedlings are gonna be like what we use to raise the babies, kind of like the way we see with reapers and things like the magmasaurs. Already we can see that it's going to have a lot of abilities. Some are gonna be things like fear, I believe. As they said, this creature is going to be able to sap the will of enemies while bolstering its allies. So I feel like it's gonna have a few of those abilities that we've seen with stuff like the UT, making creatures not want to fight or run away. So already this is going to be a lot of perks it's going to have. So how broken is this really going to be at launch? We don't know, but if we were thinking about all the other fantastic tames and putting that into account, it might get a little bit sticky icky. But with all this news and this release, we have some mixed opinions on the creature. So when we think about it, is it actually something to be annoyed at, or is it actually something that might be a good addition? And honestly, personally, I don't see it as a bad thing, and before you freak out, let me explain. Firstly, having it as a bonus to players with the Lost Colony pack makes the pack feel more plausible, and the cost is not as terrible for the amount you get with it. Like, I do like when things are like tacked onto your purchase after you already paid. So you've paid, you've forgotten about it, but you're still getting rewarded for that money you spent. That is always a nice thing. And these are the kind of things that Wildcard can do to help mend that bond between paying customers. Then also having the option to purchase it standalone means you don't have to fork out for the Lost Colony pack if you don't want to get it. And hopefully if you have the creature bought standalone, if you do end up buying the Lost Colony pack later down the line, you get a discount or the prices get removed from the full purchase. We have seen outrage over creatures like the Pyromane and the Meguana in the past, as they're kind of simply just reskinned of a make-believe made-up creature. Then when you look at this, it's kind of just a dire bear reskin in itself. So some people might just see it all under the same umbrella and be like, hey, it's a reskin of a dino. The Shadowmane was a made-up creature. So having a made-up Pyromane variant instead of something completely fresh, it just made no sense. If you're going to make something up, the next time you make something up, at least make it different and a whole new made-up creation, not just a reskin of another made-up creation. And for the Mayguana and the Maywing, both are just crossbreeds of real creatures. So again, that's just made-up creatures having variants. We don't need that. With this new Elderclaw, the way I see it is, the bear is a real creature. So having a variant of the dire bear or the polar bear isn't as bad as having a variant of a made-up creature, especially in a game like Ark, a game where we see mutated worlds, infected organic life. Dire bears were on the map, they got infected, they mutated. But the one thing I will say, the addition of the Elderclaw to Valguero has me a little bit torn. Valguero would be reintroducing the Deinonychus, and furthermore, the new Megaraptor. So two free and pretty cool dinos coming to a map when it's revitalized, then also having this creature as well kinda diminishes the light from both sides. I feel like promotion will be split and they're going to prioritize selling and making money, making the other creatures not feel as cool anymore because that's not the thing that's being promoted the most. Maybe spacing out the release slightly would benefit each creature respectively. The Deinonychus is already base game, it's coming anyway, but the Megaraptor is something we as players have voted for. This is something that we chose as an audience, so giving us time to enjoy and look at this before we add in another paid creature would be kind of nice, especially knowing the track record of annoyance with most of the Fantastic Tames. We should be given time to appreciate the new free dino before they potentially spoil the fun. The Elderclaw looks okay, and when it comes to Valguero, if it was given just a little bit more time before just being thrown in, I feel like it would have been perfect. I feel like it's just happening too quickly because at the end of the day, it fits the map. We have an aberration zone with trees, fungus, mushrooms, and light pets, so a living grist tree is not that crazy. Another question is, will they be breedable? How OP can these things get? We've seen lately the griffins being breedable have made them super OP. We aren't actually sure about that answer yet, but if we're going by all the other Fantastic Tames, we don't really see them limiting the Fantastic Tames in that regard. But overall, I do think this is exciting stuff for Valguero and Ark. And hopefully I feel like people should like this new Fantastic Tame depending on how it's received in terms of its abilities and how game-breaking it could be. But I do feel like if it does end up being really game-breaking, they're going to knock it back just a little bit to make it a little bit more balanced in the future. But that's going to spark more outrage because if I paid for something, I don't want you to make it worse after I've paid. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the new Grist Tree Elderclaw that's coming to Valguero. Are you happy about it? Do you like the design? Do you think it's a fitting design and it's fitting for us to get another bear variant? But I am impressed with the fact that it is being tacked along with the Lost Colony pack, so people don't have to fork out more money if they already just bought this new thing. So this is honestly a W for Wildcard in my opinion. I don't see anything that's overly wrong with this until they add it in. I don't want to talk about it and bash it before it's already in the game. So when it's in, we'll look at it, we'll actually use its abilities and things, and then we can have a full discussion on is it good for the game or is it bad for the game. But yeah, if you like this video, you like the little bit of information I just gave you, make sure to like and subscribe. If you do want to help out the channel just a little bit more, make sure to become a channel member, and I'll see y'all on the next one.